on the storm.
Okay.
And it just, the PCV blows, it's emissions thing.
Yes.
So it re-burns the
Oil.
oil
Correct.
gases from the.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But like you say, you love track days. You do track days, Gymkhana, and anything else?
I did a street to strip once.
And
I almost beat 2008 Civic Type R.
wow. What's the power in your car at the moment as a stock? You never tuned it?
Like no, maybe I think it's like 140 horsepower. That's like 90 kilowatts.
And that is a 1600 2 liter.
1800
twin cam.
1800 twin cam, VVT on the intake only.
Okay, get you. But that what's make? I mean, year model of the car?
2002.
Yeah, look at that. Between 2005 is got VCT already, or VTEC as they call it on the intake. But that's really cool. So, what made you get into Gymkhanas at the Racing for Change at the moment? Because I've seen you all the time. I've seen you doing awesome times. You love driving all the power that's left in that poor little car out on the track. What did you see in the Gymkhana and trying it out and see what it's all about?
Well, I just think that Gymkhana is such a great like gateway into motorsport.
Yeah,
it's like a perfect entry level. You don't need to be too far. You don't need a powerful car or anything. Like the track days, I did them in my Escort, and the suspension was quite floppy. You know, I can understand when you're going into a corner at 120. You kind of want a sportier car.
Yeah.
So that kind of pushes the barrier to entry for a lot of people.
Correct.
Especially because you're hard on brakes and it's really hard on the car. Because you go through brakes, you go through petrol, tires, everything. Whereas the Gymkhana, it's the lowest speed. It's a lot more driving. Because if you think of it on a track, you're not doing that many inputs at once.
Yeah.
Whereas the Gymkhana, you're doing all this stuff all the time, and you've got to figure out where you're going, because it looks so easy when you watch a video. But when you're there and you're like trying to go as fast as you want, which way do I go around this cone?
Here we go. But I think Gymkhana, it's a tricky situation, because yes, you can drive fast, you can corner, but to remember the course, for me, it's still it's still confusing for me at the time.
That's what the navigator's for.
Exactly, but if the navigator can't help you,
struggles.
Yes. Now, imagine the navigator struggles and you struggle, and you need to go forward. It's not going to help, though.
No, it's definitely a bit of it's like a mini rally stage.
Yeah. The guys out see the struggle is real, remembering the course and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we here at Mazanzi Industrial Supply. So, Abdul, is the channel up and going? Yes.
I lost my voice.
Abdul lost his voice. Where's your voice?
I lost my brain too.
Where? On your way here? Or yeah. So maybe if you turn around and come back in, you'll find it again, isn't it? No, yeah, I think you must do that. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that type of show. It is literally, he steps back to front now, and he's coming back now again. Hopefully he will have a voice. Regtig, ek kan nie meer met die man nie. Regtig, ek kan nie meer nie.
We're back. I found my voice. My brain's back. Guys, sorry for the...
Welcome, Abdul.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the guest, Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Sorry, what's your name?
Anwar, thank you.
Nice to meet you. I'm good. You drive the BMW, eh?
No.
I'm just checking what you drive.
So we're coming live from Mazanzi Industrial Supplies, ladies and gentlemen. And for tonight, we have this thingy here. That we're going to do the sell for Mazanzi Industrial Supplies. So this is a spanner kit from 22 to from 6 to 22. If you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. This one, first 10 people again. Mazanzi is actually selling this unit for 304 Rand, but for tonight only.
10 Rand. Not 10 Rand.
Also $200.
Sure.
For tonight only. We will have to give his number again. If you can put it in the comments, Abdul.
Yeah, let me just, I don't know what to put it on.
Abdullah's checking it out.
Let me just check. For Toyota, you just need a 12, a 14, a 17, and a 10. Guys, if you don't drive a Toyota, you can buy all the other spanners.
So, ladies and gents, this is the tool set by Mazanzi this evening, going for $200. And the number that you guys need to call is 082 4343841 for these little awesome little spanners.
What's the number, Anwar?
The number is 082 4343
Wait, 2,
082
4,
3
uh,
4
uh,
3
uh,
8
uh,
4
uh,
1.
say again.
Man, it's in there.
What's the number 4?
Us to call for the first 10 people. Bro, I can't name the money.
Call
Yes,
for 200 rand.
$200, ladies and gentlemen. $200.
Spend
See it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but I have a little gadget in my hand. For the first person commenting what this is and this little thingy-majingy, I think it goes somewhere by the exhaust. That's what I think. But I'm gonna try to get it there for you guys to see.
Move
if
the
you can,
camera
if you can
back
see
a
it.
bit.
Here we go. See, can you see it?
No, they're talking
then-
about the.
And then this
Oh,
here
on Facebook.
as
Oh,
well.
this one they want moved
I don't
back.
know.
Yeah,
That one is upside down.
yeah. So yeah, we can't change it. We have to change it now.
I'll give you a number again, Nazim. 083.
The number is 082.
082.
Yes, 082 43. So where was I? So here's the little thingy-majingy. I think it comes by the exhaust. I'm not too sure. Gordon?
I think it's a suspension thing.
At the back. So yeah, so if you can tell me what this.
You want my opinion?
Yes. Oh no,
That's
no.
an adjustable gear knob.
It's too short.
It's a short shift.
Nah, short of the week is soon, my bro.
Oh, not short.
No.
Oh.
That's the lever, bro.
I cut my thing off and I thought I got a short shift. I mean, my gear lever.
I got something.
Sorry, man.
Anyways,
That
Gordon,
goes
I do apologize for Abdul. So this gadgets here, ladies and gentlemen, first person on the comments that tell me exactly what this is and for what car.
I agree.
Whoa.
I agree with Gordon.
What did they say? What did Gordon say?
Paige, was that your sister? Your
Yes.
mom.
Hi, Paige.
She agrees with Gordon.
What?
That I don't know what is she? How come,
It's
your
a
sister,
suspension
how
part.
come she's agreeing with you? Your sister's not supposed to agree with you.
Oh, no, she trained well.
Oh, she is.
Okay. Gents, ladies, and for what car?
You
this
must
is-
you must move this way because they can't see you, they say.
Okay. That's okay. Okay. Is it better?
Ah.
Hello. Anyways, ladies, gents, this little thingy here and this two parts. I know this goes over here like that. It's like a ring walkie. First person to tell me what this is and for what car gets this little tool set for free. For free. That's one. Yeah. That one. The. Gordon, just explain to me what that is and what it is, Gordon.
I have no idea.
Okay, Gordon also knows. Gordon is out. Abdul. Yeah. I know it comes. I say it's come by the exhaust somewhere.
Well, I said it was a suspension part.
But what way?
On the suspension.
That can be anyway.
I think it could be like a tie rod.
But yes, in the front suspension, adjustable.
Let's see what the
From-
comments is and stuff there from my side, your side, and then we see. So yeah, this is the ladies. We ask that. So a rangachi in a dangachi. Okay, so like a rangachi in a dangachi. There we go. Okay, so Gordon, back to you now. Oh, that is not done. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the tool set available at Mazanzi. The number is in the comment section. So, give him a call. First 10, get that spinner set for $200. Normally selling it for 3 or 4. For tonight, only 10 of it. It goes for $200. So, good. Back to you. Sorry, man. That's Abdul. I blame Abdul. No? Don't. So, Gymkhana, we're coming back to Gymkhana, obviously, and now your last event, you actually did really well. I just saw the results from Abdul, what he said, not me. You the comments here in front here, it's I don't know, guys. I don't know what is. Someone said
That phone must be turned.
the phone must be turned.
Yes.
We can't turn it in the live while we're live now.
You can just flip it over.
Can we?
Unless you turn around. No, on your head. Then it's right.
Upper. So
That phone needs to be turned around.
Let's see if we can turn the phone around. The normal way and see.
Because they see in the screen.
Oh,
like
okay. We're gonna do. I have a.
No.
Can't talk it on. We're still in other stuff. It's fine.
So what? Okay, yeah. Anyways, Gordon, and what class do you drive? Obviously, there's different classes at Gymkhana. So you drive a rear-wheel drive car, MX-5, 1800, and then what class do you drive?
I'm in class F.
Okay.
I think is up to 2.7 liters now.
Okay.
But the tires have to be under 225.
Okay, that's a small tire. So that's basically you drive in your
and they've
class.
got to be street tires.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so anything that's wider than 225s,
yes,
we're going to class G automatic, am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. And if you drive on anything that's non-legal road tires, you also in class G automatically.
Okay. So now what happens if I drive a 225 semi-slick, and do I still say in my class?
No.
You
got 225 semi-slick, no.
Okay.
It's purely road tires like the normal semi-slicks and slicks down.
Okay, got you. So you drive in class F.
Class F.
Cool. And how's the competition in the class? What type of cars do you get in there?
So the last Gymkhana, I really didn't think I was doing that well because normally
that's every driver.
Because normally I'm racing against 86s and some BMWs.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the 186 had semi-slicks on him.
Okay.
So he was doing these great times, and I was thinking,
how do I catch him?
How do I make like 5 seconds up?
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong? And then it turns out he was in 2 different classes. He was just changing his tires.
Okay. So in what class do we drive with Abdul? If we drive with the semis? In class G, the 86?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything bigger than 225s and non-legal road tires
go into class G.
Yes.
I get you.
Automatically.
I get you.
So it's quite close with me in the old MR2. I think it's
MR2. Yes, either Nicholas or Sean, one of the two.
Yeah. Their MR2 looks really nice.
Both of them look really nice. Yeah.
They're
So with you being in that class stuff, obviously the competition is great. It's strong. That's in that class stuff. But most of the guys, I mean, when we were at prize giving and they called out the names of people that won the class on the day, because am I right, Abdul, in saying we only get the results of the day, not the all car challenge?
Yes, you get the overall results for the day.
Yes.
And you will get the classes on the day.
And classes.
Yes, on the day. But the all-car challenge is from the previous event. So that needs to be calculated. That's not purely based on time.
Yes.
It's you know how it works, right? It's based on other criteria as well, which is on the website actually.
Oh, awesome. So that's really cool. I mean, competition is great. But I mean, as a driver, you always want to see like, okay, cool. You know which car is in your class, and basically, okay, for argument's sake, the best time in the class is 1 minute 10 seconds.
Yes.
And you're running at maybe 1 minute 12. How do I make up 2 seconds? Okay, how do you make up 2 seconds?
Well, so making up the time in the Gymkhana is really difficult.
Good,
because it's
apparently you can pay a bill for 2 seconds.
I'll send you my bank account details.
I'll send you the bank details.
I'll be winning the rest of the year.
I knew it.
I don't have money for that.
No, it's free. My services are free.
So, Gordon, how do you make up the two as a driver? How do you make up the 2 little seconds?
So it's really counterintuitive because you really want to go around the corner and just put your foot flat.
Correct.
But then you end up sliding, and every little bit of wheel spin is lost time.
Correct.
Especially when you're on the corner exit. So you only want to handbrake turn on the entry and then just stop and then have the traction and go. But it's really difficult to do that, especially with the momentum. So what I normally try to do is I'll try to do a smooth line, slower line without the handbrake.
Yes. Okay.
For the first 2, because we get 4 runs.
4 runs.
So I'll just do that for the first 2, and then the next 2 try to throw the handbrake in, because sometimes you mess it up and it just goes over
rotates. Yes.
Problem I had the last Gymkhana was I cooked my brake fluid on the track day on the Friday.
Oh my word.
So
Yes.
the handbrake just didn't work.
Oh
So
no.
I had no handbrake. So and there were a couple really sharp hairpin turns, especially that one
There by the kitchen.
before you go into the kitchen.
Oh, that little loop and figure
There's
eight
like
that side.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
was
get
a
you.
really narrow loop.
Yes.
That one was really tough to do with no handbrake. A lot of people just end up going wide.
Yes, and that's how you lose time.
Mm.
The wider you go from the courses, basically, you must actually say this because people is watching. You know, the guy Nazim is watching.
Yeah.
So you not give too much secrets away about the lines and stuff like that. Eh? But anyways,
Just pop the clutch on the straights, and then you'll get extra time.
So
I'm not
I
saying
think
anything.
that Mazda of yours is so well balanced. It's a very, very well balanced car actually for a Gymkhana, especially.
And you're running 13s, 14s, 15s,
15s,
15s at 195, 50s.
195, 50s. Yeah.
Oh,
Small.
that's class G.
How can it be class
We
G?
changed the rules now.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
you changing it. But also that you like, how do you know like this is a good run? Because Abdullah have a good run every time, and it's not.
Well, the
So-
nice thing is that now the timing, we get the
Yes,
we get
and
the
you
number
can
there
see,
right
yeah.
at the end, which is nice. But sometimes you can just feel, it's difficult to know
As a driver.
because you need to take a tight line and you need to be smooth, and slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So slow is fast, and then you don't know.
It's a whole combination of all that stuff that needs to be put together in a package and make it work. And it's so difficult, especially on the last event where we actually had dry, then extremely
yes.
wet, then really, really wet, and then dry. So as a driver, you need to adapt to that. How do you adapt to it? And also, dit is nog nie klas nou nie, my bro. Dan moet jy,
Meneer,
ja, meneer.
die mense sê
Wat, wie sê wat?
die ding is 'n verstelbare
How's it, Levi?
koggelgewrig.
Wat? Kogel. Nou, wie is hy? Hy is mense van die noord.
Verstelbare koggelgewrig vir 'n maak 2 koffie.
Nee, hy's verkeerd.
Wag, daar's nog ander mense wat sê
Daar's nog ander mense wat sê.
it's a quick release for the steering wheel.
She's just thinking that we're making up words now.
Dion Daniels, okay, Mr. DJ Lady D sê Nazim, hy maak hier zit. Ek weet nie wat is dit nie.
Yeah, I know what it is. Show them there. There's it.
It is here, D.
Yeah.
It is.
I agree with this. I agree with this.
Met wie?
With this, yeah.
That works.
Gordon is one of the very underrated drivers. Yes, I do agree with that.
Is this your first year, second year?
Well, this is second year.
Second year.
Last year I was doing it, but my piston rings were dead. So,
Okay, that's what was smoking. So
yes, that's what was
But
Okay.
he was practicing in Vietnam.
it was practice. Yes, no, definitely. No, but that's true what you said. And you can, I mean, you watch the guys at Gymkhana and you see, especially the new guys that comes in, they literally adapt. And as they adapt, like this is his second year, and you could see how much speed he created with that car around the track. That he becomes one of the top runners within his class, and that is a really cool part. And for that is always like I'm comfortable until the next bride come dust you off from the throne.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is all, we can never be the fastest or the best. There's all another brothers can say, okay,
always a
Gordon,
bigger fish.
it was your time.
Or you can just get unlucky.
Yeah.
Look at Daniel at the last.
That brad get into his car in the dry. His first run. he
No,
does
not that one.
What,
I believe
Daniel?
the one with Daniel Blaze, the one before that.
Oh no, he was struggling.
He said, Abdul, I can't believe how much motorsport humbles you. It's so true.
Because Daniel plays also a driver, very good driver, and he puts so much pressure on himself to perform because of his car and what it does. So his car's quick. I mean, and you can see in the last event, his first run, he did a 1 minute 10.
Best run of the day.
And we're like, cool, that's our benchmark. We'll do 115s, 116s maybe. And we weren't even close to that times. We were doing 121s, 120s, 119s, maybe 118. But he just put the benchmark there, boom, like,
Yeah.
And then he left, then he went to go drift. And then we could drift that side and on the other side on the oval. And he actually won second prize. He got to the final and he won second. Then he came back and he did another run.
That's crazy. 2 events in the same day.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes, the MX-5 is a daily. It is my
Yeah.
only car.
Now that is what a Gymkhana is about. You can drive the car there and drive the car home.
But you can't drive your car there.
Okay?
How?
but petrol is very expensive.
And isn't it geared really low? So you're just going to be on the highway.
No, actually not. My car
You can
is.
put it in front. Yeah,
It's, I have slicks on the car.
but you can put normal tires on.
Can you do it for me in the morning?
I'm busy.
Man,
I'm busy. I'm busy.
Actually, the car was built for that. I actually wanted to, when I bought the car initially,
Is it an old car?
I was going to build a complete road car for Gymkhana.
Okay.
But then I took my old 1300 motor that I had, which I used to drive on the track. I had that motor in there.
Yeah.
2E motor. And the problem was, that time the Gymkhanas were in Ceres and far away. So I'm thinking to myself, driving on F-gas for 200 kilometers. I mean, I'm going to have no fuel to do the Gymkhana.
When you get there.
And then I thought, no, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Anyhow.
No, that's cool, man. But the cool part with you, Gordon, you drive this car to work, from work to a track day, from a track day to a Gymkhana and back to work. And
yeah,
no issues.
No, there are issues.
We don't see the issues.
There are issues. It was not the most expensive NB, so I bought a cheaper one, which had problems.
Okay.
As last year, the piston rings were dead. I found out that the previous owner, when I took the head off, because when the car's smoking, you want to fix it the cheapest way. So first PCV valve.
Yes.
From Mazda South Africa needs to step up their game. It took them 4 months to give me a tiny little plastic PCV valve.
And there's no way you could get something that's exactly the same from a different manufacturer? That's what we normally do.
Well, so, got a problem with your car, you read the forums, and you get a lot of people saying, those not genuine ones don't work as well. I have this problem. So I just thought, okay, we'll do that. It's not the PCV valve. Okay. It's not the valve stem seals. We took the head off to replace the valve stem seals anyway, and then we see that the head has been sanded with
a brick or something, sandpaper.
60 grit sandpaper. It looked like someone took a brick and just sanded it.
Crazy.
So
it was like Afrikaans unplugged choppy.
No.
Okay.
So there are problems with the car. they're getting fixed slowly.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. I mean, it's always a project car. Project car is always something where you do stuff in time. Like you're not gonna pull the car from the road. Okay, cool. Let's do suspension, but how you get to work.
Yeah.
So it's all little small little stuff that makes the car handle better, and reliable for you at the moment. Before you actually go to the point where you're gonna say, okay, cool, I'm gonna build this car specific for this car, for this type of motorsport, and I'll get another daily.
Yeah.
And that daily also becomes a race car.
I understand the appeal, but also it's like,
that's fine.
Just do it with whatever you have.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yes, Abdul.
Gordon did really well in the challenging conditions, especially on the 195's. Insane the traction on that vehicle. That is
Thank you.
That's what
I don't know
Clarkson said. The handling of that car and the grip potential of that vehicle.
Or is it just the driver dealing with the conditions better? Yeah, I mean, even Verstappen spun on the way. I mean, what can I say? He didn't spin. Gordon didn't spin, but Verstappen spun.
I'm not saying about that.
We're going to cause a controversy.
No. We're going to come back to that, whatever you're talking about later now. Are we getting Leon and Johan online for us this evening?
I actually waited because we started late. So I told him to come on in 1945.
1945. Okay, cool. Okay, then we'll
it's in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so we're going to have Leon Engelbrecht, and he's actually not at home. By the way, he's doing the Auto on Saturday.
It's Auto the Saturday, yes.
But he's running the Auto.
Okay.
He's a hard work.
No.
And then I saw another thing on the. I'll tell him when he comes up. But I see, even Monique, she changed her surname. I see on the chat now it's Monique Ferreira.
Okay.
Yeah, that added on the Gymkhana entry list.
Why?
I don't know. It used to be Monique Engelbrecht. So we have to question about this as when he comes on. And then Johan is obviously one of the other co-founders of Racing for Change as well. Yeah, but they'll come on.
Aslam, no. Another twin cam motor? No, man. Twin cam setup? Nah, I don't think so, my brother. So before we go, Abel Abdullah, ladies and gents, iemand
ja, met iemand.
Wat sê hulle? Nie die Afrikaanse goed te sê. Wat hulle gesê? 'n koppelaar. And this, ladies and gents, here we go. Can you tell me what this is, ladies and gentlemen, and for what it is, and for what car it is. It's a small little thingy. I'm gonna ask somebody just to put it there in front of the camera so you can see.
Gordon's a question here. Any plans to eliminate some of the body roll? Actually, I got an answer for that. You just put a liquor dick, solid, couple of passengers in that car. You eliminate the body roll.
You can't have a couple of passengers.
The thing is online now, guys.
Oh my word! And is there a boot?
There's a boot.
We can put some cement in the boot.
But weight doesn't gonna make you faster. It's gonna make you a little bit slower because you need to lift the car and push the car more to get to wherever you need to be.
No, a light bag of cement.
Hoe sê hulle anders? Ons sny die springe, maak die kar, drop die kar.
I hope to get the go-kart ready, just waiting for the part from the US. Hey, here's the part from Jaco. I'm sure this is the part from that go-kart.
No, who's go-kart?
I know Jaco Gravenstein, yeah.
Dion is also on other feed. Says, can I please book Abdul said for rides and vibes Sunday next weekend?
What is
Sunday vibes on D is on KFM. And I'm asking you if you can be his next guest on his show on a Sunday evening between 6 and 9 on for rides and Sunday vibes. On KFM.
Do you mind if I come topless?
Niemand is daar nie. Why do you want to come topless?
It's on a radio show, man.
It's a radio show. That's the camera see.
No, but that's what the radio show's about.
But why do you want
I'm
to
gonna put on my radio face. What's wrong with you?
But topless.
Yeah. That was for D.
Ek het nie meer krag nie. KFM.
Tell him we'll talk in the week.
D, Abdul say he'll make a plan for you. I got a plan for you. So Gordon, any ideas? We'll probably say what it is in the end of the show.
If it's not suspension,
okay,
then I would guess that maybe it's a gearbox thing. It looks like you would screw it in and then it mustn't spin. That's why it's got the two flat sides.
And I don't think maybe this is for the spanner to go on to lock it in.
Actually.
That's why I thought it was like a tie rod end, but it's a strange one.
It's crazy.
Oh, hang on.
But you, I say, I didn't say any.
No. I realize something now.
But no.
This can't be a suspension part.
Okay.
That belongs in a tool shop, in a tool. So it's got to be an adapter for something.
Yes.
Like like if you're
welder
if your navigator don't want to listen, you can adapt it. This can go in the ear. And then you can turn this depending on how fast you want the navigator to think. But it's definitely an adapter for something.
Aslam Kanala. Family show. Please tell him it's a family show. So Gordon, what is the next move with the MX-5? We're doing the track days, we're doing the Gymkhanas, we do a little bit of street to strip. If the budget is only if the budget is there, yes. What would be the next step to upgrade the MX-5 to something where the car is lacking at the moment?
Well, I mean, you can always do with a bit more power. That'd be nice, but
always
that's expensive.
Yeah,
and as soon as you do one thing, then you need to do more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So my plan for the MX-5 was just it's driving time car. I need to get better as a driver, and that's exactly what it's for. So I just want it to be reliable, and I want the engine to be standard, and I can just drive it until it falls apart.
So would you prefer a car that is high power, not high powered, mid power, but more power than you have now, or a well balanced car? The two in it. So you can only choose one. More power, exactly the same setup, same power, but an awesome suspension setup in the car.
I actually think I'd take the same power, just the better suspension.
I love it. Because in my theory, what I believe that is
not much, like 90 kilowatts.
That's a good amount of power.
Yeah,
that's just enough to get into trouble.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Because I would
not enough for wheel spin. That's what I'm saying. That's what you kind of need.
Yes. But that's a cool part because you have something that is well balanced. You have the suspension that works with it, and you as a driver creates and develop this car with the awesome suspension and stuff like that. You will definitely go faster, but it needs to learn the car all over again because whatever he did in the standard form is a little bit different to the setup form now. And with that is, as soon as he, for argument, step up to a higher powered car with a different setup, you will still be able to drive at that potential of a driver and not the car. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so actually, when I do the drifting, I've got my mom's car had some really old tires. Like,
do mom know about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's live, eh?
Oh, yeah.
They were, I think, 5 or 10 years old. 195s. 195/60s, just like economy, old tires, really hard. So when I do the drifting, I swap those on, and then I can spin the wheels.
Really?
It's amazing.
I've seen there was one event where after the Gymkhana we need to go play with all the 86s and plug them.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I normally do.
Okay, well, here's a comment which I think we should take seriously. From the MR2, please leave that the MX5 as it is until I get closer to your times, please.
I know.
That is Nicholas Abrams, yeah.
But Nicholas got an awesome package. I mean, look at the year model of Gordon and Nicholas. And Nicholas is mid-engine, already an advantage compared to a rear-wheel drive front engine. He's got all the traction, Nicholas. Traction.
No, but he's got 50 kilowatts.
And he got more.
No, he's got 50 kilowatts on that car.
They
detune it for the Gymkhana.
No.
Listen here. Give everybody their due. Whoever comes to a Gymkhana.
No, they drive the wheels off.
Absolutely brilliant. And the beauty of a Gymkhana is you can come with any car.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
You can drive. Initially, Gymkhana was designed for that. And I think it's still, within the spirit of what it's about. It's actually beautiful.
Actually, Dion Daniels is on the live. DJ D is on live. He says we must actually do a Lexus conversion in the MX-5. He says no.
I'll just get a Cobra then. Just get a fiberglass Cobra, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we had one at the Gymkhana a couple of times, but also the car sounds awesome, moves awesome, but handling a little, it's not that power. Because you got so much front end weight on the car, can't turn into. You need to really work it. But I mean, that is the other story. We're not changing to V8 Lexus. Guys, we're gonna keep the Mazda, the 1800 twin cam. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna do some suspension work on the car in the future, hopefully.
Well, I need to replace the bushings.
There we go. That's a start. So we're gonna do the bushing in the car, and then basically we're going to see the little Mazda a little bit more nimble, if I could say that.
Yeah. So I've got a second standard anti-roll bar because you can buy a second-hand used anti-roll bar for a lot cheaper than a thicker anti-roll bar. Correct. So I'm hoping when I get some time to have a double front anti-roll bar, stop some of the body roll. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do a cold air intake just because it sounds nice.
Yeah. So it doesn't make the car faster with the cold air.
It sounds like it feels like I'm going faster. So therefore, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going faster.
Sound nice. Faster.
And I've got the tiny little steering wheel. I've got this little Momo steering wheel, so I can't even see what speed I'm going anyway.
But do you still look at gauges? Can you look at gauges? Do you have that time?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Look at the gauges.
Besides the steering wheel. But if you do that, do you look at gauges?
No.
Okay. I just want to say, because me personally, I literally hear the engine. I don't even look at the rev counter.
Oh yeah.
But that's cool. So
that's an interesting thing, actually. I think if you ever drove a car around the track with a speedometer, you'll actually get scared.
Correct. And that's most of the cars that got the actual the
red gauge.
Yes, correct. The rev counter in there.
Yes, because I'll tell you why. Because as long as I've been riding on the circuit, whatever car I've been driving on the track or wherever, it's only the rev counter.
Yeah.
Right, and obviously the limiter, obviously. And one day I actually had I drove a Lotus. What is it now? What's it? It's flat Lotuses that looks like a go-kart.
The Lotus 7.
No, not the 7. No.
The Elise.
Yes. What is off the Elise?
Exige.
One of those two I drove. The one that actually had a Toyota engine in it.
Wasn't it the Honda?
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them. That car is an unbelievable car. I must be honest. But it had a speedometer. It's a road car. And I actually made myself scared because you can actually see what speed you're going around the bends at.
Yeah.
Which I never ever knew in a race car. Yeah. So I would never actually have a speedo in a.
No, I also wouldn't, because it plays with your mind, because you see the speed you come in and then you're not worrying about the actual braking markers because you're watching it at the speed. And the thing is, I mean, I was actually a couple of weeks ago, I was at the Traction all car. That's where you were there. But on the track day.
Oh, the track day, yeah.
I was actually there, and these guys wanted to get me into a car, and I said no. I'm like, I've seen, and I know you guys, and and eventually, I don't know if I was happy or I was sad, and eventually, Dexter Bruce, we'll take it slow. I'm like, what is slow? Because you guys don't know slow. He's like, we'll take it easy. I'm like, what is easy? I'm like, just get in, man. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. And get into the car and stuff. Now I put my harness on, and I'm like, cool, it's fine. They say me no, and this brown pull it down. I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, that's the point. I'm like, point for what? I'm fine if it's a little bit loose. I guarantee you, the first we came down, obviously we could slow down and as we the main straight, and we turn one.
Oh, the brakes.
Yes, I was like, I couldn't be.
Yes.
Like, but the amount of grip, I'm not used to a grippy car, if you know what I'm going to say, because I always tend to move out at the back and slide. This car don't. That was the E36 traction BMW, and he put it into the corner. And as he put it into the corner, with so much load on your left hand wheel and accelerating, I was blown away about just the amount of traction and grip, because he's flat footing it and turning into the corner. Where I was like Daisy, turn in. No. Every single corner, it's like that. Every time it felt like the binnegoed wel uitkom is because of the seatbelt.
I think
it's crazy the amount of grip he is.
I know with my car around Kalani, I only use the brakes on 3 corners.
There's
turn 1,
there's 5
turn
corners.
2, and then turn 5.
1.
The other ones
2. Now you don't need much on 3 and 4, because 4 is a double right-hander.
Yeah.
So your little feet take off and go.
Actually managed to just get it to, didn't even have to tap off. I just less.
Get you up and get you up,
Yeah.
and then turn in basically. Okay, cool. Yeah, that is 5. And obviously,
my Escort turn 4 was scary because I did it with the standard leaf springs at the back before I found a old Bantam and put the Bantam springs. But I went around that corner at about 120 in my Escort, and I had because it's got the live axle.
Yes.
The wheel kind of like hopped.
100%.
So I'm leaning over and I could feel the wheel just going like this, and the whole car is just.
And that's your pushes at the back.
At 120, that was terrifying.
And I actually felt that on the BM. I don't know what it is. There's something. The score just doing this, and he tells me now I've got the helmet on, and everything is like, Swaiba, what? I said, no, something don't feel like here. He said, now he knows. I'm like, and he's still clapping on, and he's not tapping over, and then like came around next time again. And
Leon's connection at the
Hello,
Leon.
Off, and it was better.
Lekker, ek bel net sommer van my video call, but this was anything goes in the studio here. Can you guys see Leon there?
How's that, boys?
So jy moet maar hard praat, jong, want ek gaan kyk. Yeah, because I don't know, Leon's actually at church, and he is praying for all your guys' sins. He's praying for you guys.
I'm praying for all the racing guys.
Yeah, he's actually praying for all the racing guys. But I wanted to have Leon on the chat because he's doing the altar on Saturday.
Awesome. In the Golf?
No, in the BMW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kan jy so 'n bietjie praat oor daai altar, chom?
Well, I'm very excited because obviously it's going to be a new thing. I've never done it before. It's always a bucket list thing. So, listen here, I'm boots and all in. So, my navigator is quite a very good navigator, Pete Carines. So, he's Ines' navigator, the guys whose car that we maintain and build.
Okay.
So, I've got the privilege of driving it. He's unfortunately overseas. So, I have the opportunity to do some setup on the car and obviously to test it on Saturday.
Lekker, it's going to be good. So Anwar said he wants to be your pit crew. He's got a tool here for you. What's that tool there, Anwar? Anwar got a special tool for your car. He said, I got your pit crew yes.
Oh, Leon.
Anwar, I werk met 13 spanners.
So we have another question. We see your wife enter under a different surname.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm very glad to see it because I've always wanted somebody to take over the payments every month. I was just meet the guy, I would just tell him what bargain he got.
Ja, ek sien it's Monique Ferreira. Ek wil nou weet wat gaan hier aan jou.
She was just surprised.
What can I say? But anyhow, so Leon, quickly, you I don't know where Johan is, I like my werk nog, but you were one of the co-founders of Racing for Change, right? I mean, myself, you, Johan, and your family, and my family, and Amulta family. And just give your views on that. Where do you see Racing for Change going? Where do you see in the future? What where the Gymkhanas are going, stuff like that.
You know what, Abdul, and we spoke how many times about it, and if we see the open-hearted of the people, and the whole thing where we came from and the idea for Racing for Change, it wasn't anything about me and you or whoever we are. It was about the community and what we can do and the changes we can make in people's lives through the sport, Gymkhana and Racing for Change. So if we see from where we grew from 2-3 years that we're up and running to where we are now, we're so blessed. And we can see how many people lives we touched, communities that we touched, children's lives that we touch. I mean, that's heart for warming. There's how many people that doesn't have the chance to ever sit in a race car, to drive with a race car, and for us to give the opportunity and to get the community involved. That was the whole idea. And as we see the success that we had the last few years, we can only say thank you for every participant, for every driver, for everybody out there that's coming to join us. And it speaks for itself at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Leon, hoekom met jy in Engels praat nou? Ek like so Afrikaans, man.
Ek het data gekoop.
Lekker jy.
Afrikaans ook mooi verduidelik.
Yeah, but the work that you guys do behind the scenes is really awesome, Leon.
Kyk wie is hier. Swys, ek kan nie vir jou sien nie.
Boys, hy was
môre.
Hy doen was goed.
Hello.
As.
Kan jy vir Swys sien, Leon?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal what the work that you do behind the scenes, Leon, and it's really appreciated and see. Even if you're not driving, you're still there, you're still helping where you can, especially with our guys that need the assistance and time. And dis net hy woordjie van inspirasie. And that is really awesome, man.
No, for sure, and that's what it's all about. Yes, it's a competition, but it's also about the entertaining and obviously helping people and creating that environment of everybody to feel welcome, because that's the most important thing, just keep everybody up to standard and to help where we can, because developing cars is what we do, and that's part of our sport. And it's such a privilege, to see somebody that's driving that betters in his drive style, who upgrades his car, to be a better driver. And that's the whole purpose of being better at driving in the Gymkhana and obviously on the open roads.
Awesome, man.
Thank you, Leon. I know you've got to go to band practice. So thank you for joining us. I think there's something wrong with your internet connection, because I see Swys is on. So you must talk to the church, please. I mean, if the internet connection is this bad, imagine the connection with the man above. How bad it must be there.
Sure.
Well, that normally happens on our knees, so we don't.
There we go.
I forgot about. Okay, Chom, al van die beste vir jou vir Saterdag, and all the best for band practice tonight. We'll see you on next Saturday. Well, if I have the time, I might not be here this weekend, but if I do, I'll come and pop in at the altar.
Oh, that will be awesome. Thank you all. Everybody is welcome. Please come and join us at the altar. At the altar, you'll see definitely we're going to be presenting. And let's hope everything comes together.
Okay, Chom, al van die beste vir jou.
See you, Leon. Thank you, man.
Bye. Bye.
That's really cool.
Thank you, Chom.
Just a quick message before we go to Swayze. Dion Daniels, thank you so much to you guys for the amazing support from Racing for Change. Big respect to you guys. And there's also from D that does his S4 program with kids at Racing for Change as well. And then we have guys like Gordon and so many that actually take the kids out for that special ride. Swayze, hoe gaan het met jou? Goed?
Hey, kan nie, lekker om julle te sien.
Lekker.
Listen here, we said 7:45. This was 15 minutes late. You were taking a gearbox.
Hoe laat is het nou? As 8 o'clock. Swayze, ons het net 1 minuut om te praat, nee. Jy moet vinnig praat, nee.
But Swayze and his wife, Juanita, and the whole family. Okay, there's an addition now. What's the dog's name? Oreo, yeah.
Oreo, yeah.
Oreo, yeah. That dog, if he bites you, might eat him up. Is that what you?
Mid-milk.
Yeah, mid-milk. So Swayze and Juanita and Nikki, Leon's wife, and Leon, obviously, they're all part of the, that's where the idea kind of came up from. And then Anwar was there, part of the idea, and Gulam was there. Yes. And everybody, it was just the momentum that caught up, in everything. So Swayze, what is your take on Racing for Change? Where do you see it going? I see you got a Lotus 7 there in your garage somewhere there. I don't know what's happening with that Lotus 7.
You smiling.
Jy moet nou nie begin met die Lotus 7 nie, né? That's the wrong way to start this. No, it's I don't know. It's what I can tell you is from the very first day that we started till where we are now. Besides the progress that I can see Racing for Change has done over the years, the amount of wonderful people and journeys we had along the way is it's priceless. It's absolutely a wonderful journey I've been on. Thanks to Abdul, obviously we came together. I was actually looking for a picture on my old cell phone earlier on with regards to I think that's where our first click came together with me and Abdul. He was actually bending over on his racing car because it was a bit of a struggle on the vehicle itself. And I just happened to walk in on him, and he was bending over on top of in the vehicle, and give me a bit of a plumber's crack there. So I took a picture of it, but I just can't find the picture anymore. But I think that's all where it started.
You're not supposed to take a picture.
Abdul,
R1.
So my principles, my personal principles are very simple. I'm not a very complicated type of person. I love helping out people. I love doing a little bit extra for whoever it is. It's just the way that I am. And I think Abdul, having many years of experience, and one of the good qualities that I know about Abdul is he knows how to read people very, very carefully. And he saw something in my workmanship, in my kindness, that triggered a connection with us. And we just, he came up with the idea the one day, and I just could not say no to it. It's a win-win situation. And one thing led to the other, and we just started mingling together. I obviously started helping him with his vehicle that he was battling with. He had a bit of a fuel surge issue that we started trying to figure out. And one step went to the other, and then here we are today.
That's really cool. So when do we see the Lotus on the track actually doing something, Swayze?
So where does Lotus come from, actually?
So the Lotus was, I'm still waiting for the exact story on the Lotus, though. That's a bit of a story, a background story that we need to discuss maybe at a different time. But
they say there's one Lotus missing from somebody's garage. I'm just checking if it's that one.
Yeah, so basically the Lotus was donated to Racing for Change via a very good friend of Abdul Sayed. Very good gesture. I think Leon Abdul can explain more in depth what was the whole initiative there. But we are going to take the vehicle to the next step for Gymkhanas. We will have it on at the next Gymkhana. I don't know if we will be driving with it at that stage. There's a bit of a development happening on the vehicle as we're currently busy with it, but it won't be too long. I can tell you with all confidence, though, that the little Ford Escort that we've been talking about for, let's call it about 2 years now, has eventually got all its lights working this afternoon. My son was busy with that car relentlessly, so there's no more excuses. So I think by the next event, we need to get that car to the track, and then another addition to the family can join. So yeah.
Awesome, Swayze.
Brilliant,
awesome,
Swayze.
Awesome.
Okay,
really
Swayze,
awesome.
thank you very much for your time. I have to come down to you still now to come pick up my bakkie.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I just took that donkey out and I put a 1J in for you. I'll just connect the radiator just now before.
No.
Yeah, but while you're busy, just take that Ford, that 2-liter, that engine out of that Lotus, put the Toyota engine in there, please, so we can rev the car at least to like 11,000.
You don't have to. Just change the badge. Put the Toyota
okay, then it solves the problem.
Yeah.
So
Dankie, Swayze. Bye, dankie. All the best for you. I'll see you soon.
Cool. Safe travel. See you now.
Bye, donkey. As funny best.
Keep
So,
on.
yes.
Cheers. Cheers,
So,
everyone.
Okay, bye.
Dude, also one of the co-founders for Receiver Change as well. That's really awesome. And he's awesome mechanic. Also a very awesome mechanic. SRT is the company.
SRT, yes.
SRT is the
With
company.
and Leon's company is
LNM
Stellenbosch.
Daai maak jy jou paspoort daar. So baie dinge. It's really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we always at the end of our show this evening, we really the reason why we're running a little bit later is because
I have my blame now.
it's definitely Abdul. I was running smooth, but Abdul had some issues.
You were upside down, bro.
Yeah, but I'm right now. So yeah, all the stuff we need to sort out in the interim, ladies and gentlemen. But give us some time. We will definitely figure it out. And to our guests as well, Gordon, that's been here giving some secrets away from the MX5. So next time I do purchase an MX5, I know exactly what to do because you're going to tell me what to do.
Gordon, what do you say about this here? It's actually interesting comment here. I must say that I happened to walk over to Gymkhana 3 years ago during a Power Series lunch break. The gentleman on the screen has
He must have been talking about space.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Because I wasn't here.
He was in Vietnam. Yeah, he was in Vietnam.
No,
I know that.
Definitely can't be because no one will.
No. People don't like me.
The gentleman on the screen has been very welcoming to say the least.
That's you.
That wasn't me.
Oh. Welcoming you.
No, not me.
Nazim don't think so.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, okay. As long as you know.
But he's slower than you.
Then who?
Than you.
Nou sinds nou begin sy weer.
He's slower than you. That's why I don't like me. I told you that the other day.
That's the nobody means any left. Nobody was crazy. No, but that's really cool. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
maybe just last words from Gordon.
Yeah, no, Mazanzi Industrial Suppliers having us for this evening as well. So, guys,
this episode is proudly sponsored by Mzansi. This comes on the screen all the time.
Quite. We can fill out vowels, and obviously,
what is this?
Okay, can I say now?
Yeah.
Gordon, you on the right track. If you can see.
Oh my word.
This is actually a steering rack adapter and spacer. So, and it's for a 350Z. So basically, on the what I normally do on the rack spacing is I actually must it helps a little bit. Hey, is that you take your little rack out, steering rack up, you put this over your things and Loctite, and you put it back into your rack. Okay. And obviously, you need to go for a wheel alignment. It gives you that little bit of extra angle on the car and turning circle on the car. With the 350Z, you have to do this on the one side and this little one on the other side, and it basically gives you a little bit more angle but it only works perfectly with the GK Tech angle kit on the 350Z. So niemand het gekry nie. So this is a adapter for your steering rack and a little bit more angle.
What a way.
But you were on the.
But I have a front wheel drive, so it wouldn't be.
But you can put it back in the exhaust somewhere.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about my exhaust go turn the angle will be better?
Yes, and you can. It will sound will come better. The sound will come out. Yes.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
I'm gonna try that.
Awesome. Gordon, but before we end with stuff, I just want to thank Nazim first of all, Mazanzi, and with Nazim, he's also got a group that is also working with the retreat scouts. Okay. So they were there the last time, and what they did was he actually told me, look here, for the next event coming, they're gonna give another 5 kids from five different kids for Receiver Change to come there and experience the grassroots of motorsport at Gymkhana at Formula 3. So they will be joining us next. And also, SR4A will also bring 5 or 7 kids to the Gymkhana event. And we'll try to get in there early so that everybody can have a chance and see what it's all about and actually be part of it and work in different sectors of Gymkhana on the day.
That's brilliant.
Because we've got a small little group of people that will basically look after these kids, and will also do a little bit of interview before and a little bit of interview afterwards. So we'll have, as Receiver Change and SR4A, we'll have a little bit of a track record of how was your day, and that we can put on our website and see what we do for our CSI type of program that we do, Receiver Change and SR4A.
No, brilliant.
So thank you, Nazim.
Just an update. No pressure on the time. The people are designing the timing system.
Yeah.
But if I get it right, then our next event might be a dual run.
Next event?
Yeah, the 19th.
Whoa. Somebody, as you can word, even scree. No. The reason why he's excited is because one route is this side and one route obviously is to one side. Hello, you walk na makato.
No, we're not going to be able to do that.
No, but hulle gaan.
No, they can't. It's separate routes. Yes. So where we are currently, we'll start the one route going up the drag strip, right?
The backstretch, you mean?
Yeah, we started the same place. We started the other event, right? But the one who do is thing on the right hand side, like we did the last event. The other car will go on the left-hand side and
Yes.
do his thing on the back straight.
But there's no way they can cross. There's
There's
barriers.
not. No, there's going to be stuff there.
Okay, now that's fine.
No, you can't. You will be disqualified.
There's a
actually.
scrutineering in the way.
No. So the back straight guys will
Oh, my word.
go up the back straight and
Yeah.
go into a little concrete section
Yes,
there
behind.
on the pole
Yes,
and come back that way.
that'll be awesome.
It's not exactly the same. It's just for competition.
Yeah, no,
Because, so
100%.
your fastest time on the left hand side,
And your
fastest time on the right hand side will be combined to get your overall time.
so
Great. Then
so-
you can have twice the number of competitors. Twice the number.
Well, half the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
but,
well,
but no, like you said, so it's not a. If you say dual, it won't be the exact. If I do it, 10,
no,
okay,
no, it can't. Not there.
okay, yeah,
Uh,
obviously
if we
because
do the like we did on the other side by the out of turn number one by the
Yes,
the
yes,
oval,
yes.
there we can do an exact
measure of
of both tracks. It's
awesome,
exactly the same.
awesome.
Yeah, can't do it here. This is just for fun.
Yeah, cool. That's really awesome. Excuse me.
Yeah, still 4 runs, but 2 runs on the one side and 2 runs
on the other side, and then
Provided that the timing system is
is
working.
capable of doing it.
Yes. And Kilani has kind of 90% said yes. But
Awesome.
I must still go and chat with him about
So
that.
basically, your time from the left
The quickest
side
time on the left.
and quickest time after that, that
Yeah.
two get combined,
Yes.
and that will give you an
Your
overall
time.
result.
Yes.
Awesome. That's really cool.
That's gonna be interesting, but we'll see. We'll see. Don't bank on it, please. I'm not.
No,
it's
they're not
it's
banking it because you see this slow. He's thinking of other stuff, of chasing the brow. He was going to be on the wrong side. That is exactly what I'm. Yes.
I'm gonna put him on his own. Nobody else next to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We can work on that.
Yeah, you can do both.
Yes.
You can do both at the same time. And another thing I forgot.
So by news,
There's a place in Kensington Frail Care Home.
we know we are doing that.
I don't know when we're gonna do it, but we have probably, if I remember correctly, anywhere between 8 and 10,000
Awesome.
rand that we can give them.
Wow.
We might buy goods for them.
Okay. Because
As
you
in-
mentioned that they don't want to take the money to rather get receive the product, the goods,
Yes,
what they need.
yes, they did send me a needs list.
Okay, that's awesome.
So we might. I don't know when we're gonna do it. It just depends on my time.
Okay.
I'm a
okay.
bit tied up now, and the event is next weekend, Saturday,
Yeah.
the 19th. So, okay, we'll see. But that's where the money from the last Gymkhana is going to go to.
Awesome.
And please remember, guys, that Mike's Place,
Yes.
they're going to donate 1% of their July turnover towards Racing for Change, not towards us. They're going to give it to us, but we're going to redistribute the money
Great.
to whatever causes we are out there for.
That's really awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike's Place. Any last words from you, Abdul?
I'm asked Gordon.
It is the Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay, Gordon. Any last words from you, my brother?
I just really hope more people come.
We had
More people
40,
come to-
40 entrants, dude.
But if we've got 2 lanes, we can have 80.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it somewhere. We're gonna have to, well, you guys are promoted. That's
80.
now we're not going to be one way to handle 80 because of this also. But we will probably have to. The max actually last time was actually max. We were over
40.
the over the max last
Yes.
time. Yeah, I just didn't want to say it loud because
I didn't want to say it
yeah,
loud.
because there's a certain amount the track also allocates us.
No,
Amount of
100%.
people.
But the real cool part with this one, if it is a dual lane and stuff, you have for arguments of 20, it's 20, and obviously you swap around after the 2 rounds.
Yeah,
after the
but
rounds.
it doesn't take half the time actually.
No, it does. It takes the
it-
same time
No,
because.
not exactly. It takes a little bit less.
Whoa. No, who commentates, eh? As in the car kan sien nie.
No, you just comment on the one side.
En dan
Yeah.
something van die ander kant gaan.
What we might do, I'm thinking of this actually, is we don't give you a time for the left lane. This will make it very interesting actually. So the left lane is purely for aesthetics, where you're going to see how quick you can catch the other guy, right? But then your 2 times on your right side, this is very competitive actually, will count. Only your 2 times. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the guys.
Julle maak my kop seer om te dink mens na. Hy's te veel week.
No, it's less work.
Because you guys are drivers, ek moet nou
But
Ek
I'm
gaan
saying
nie
you only have to
verdwaal,
worry about one.
Huh?
And now we'll see what
Ek
transpires.
gaan verdwaal.
We'll see what transpires. We'll crack it. Okay. Gordon.
Gordon, in last watch, my brother. I know you said 80 people, but look, something else, man. When you going to Vietnam again?
Next year, January?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna go get married.
Whoa! High five, dude. In Vietnam. Well done, my
So-
lady.
So what's your lady's name?
Chi.
She. So was she a navigator already?
No.
Okay.
She's been in the car while we've done the drifting, but
Okay.
Wat dan jy nou weer?
No, I'm going to give you some very good advice.
Oh.
If you want to test the strength of your relationship, to put your girlfriend or your wife in the navigator seat next to you in a Gymkhana car is the ultimate test of how strong your relationship is.
My vrou is kwaad te my.
Ek weet.
Don't
So-
do it. Bra, don't do it.
No, it
Hy's
is.
nee, hy's moeilikheid. Hy's alles pas getroud amper. Don't bra, don't
So
do
you
it.
must check it before he does it.
Moenie. Whatever hy sê, moenie. Hy so hy maak moeilikheid. My vrou praat nie met my nie. Ja, ons gaan met Dani. Okay.
No, she'll get car sick, so I don't have to
Sorry?
worry about that yet.
Are you talking about stag?
Stag?
In Vietnam.
Stag parties in Vietnam. £5 a beer.
Well, we from Relationship Chat, we wish you well.
Wish you
And
well,
you
definitely.
cheat.
Yes,
You really,
definitely.
why don't you come and show who you are? We can see.
Everything
We can-
come around,
Just come and say hello, man.
quickly.
If you want to.
Just say hello.
Come say hello.
And that is the reason why he loves Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen.
So say hi in Vietnamese.
Here we go.
Oh, this is so cool, guys.
January.
Next January. Yeah.
Well, we're going to go back in January, but we'll only get married in April.
Next
So you're gonna stay for a while in?
Yeah, we're going to stay for a
Oh,
while.
that's
Oh,
so
wow.
nice. Obviously,
Parents-
meet
your
your
parents know
parents
you?
and
Yes.
Oh wow,
that's so brilliant. I love
awesome.
it. I love it.
Everything. My bro.
We will try.
nice,
Maybe,
buddy,
maybe if you give us a date, I'll give you the date of the Gymkhana in April. We can do something at the Gymkhana
When you back.
when you're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to say thank you very much. Yeah, to my daughter Fatima with all the help.
Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate it. Shukran. To know, man. Shukran very much. Next week's show, we will have none other than Mr. Zaid Uncle Figo Krill in studio with us. And we're going to talk about drag racing. So we never touched on drag racing before. Oh, we did. Yeah, with Ryan, we did. So we're going to get a little bit of info of Rian with the
Oh,
golf. Rian, is it Rian or Ryan?
No, Rian.
Rian.
That was,
But
that
he
was,
was-
that was in
Yeah.
season number 1.
Yeah. So we're
That
going
was
to get
Schumer.
Someone
no,
else
yeah.
want that. So yeah, so we're gonna have Zaid in next week, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got a awesome surprise for you for the following after that. I'm not gonna say what it is, but we're gonna touch on some drag racing, street to strip, and robot to robot racing, and obviously MSA drags as well, because Zaid is the guy, the MC at these events. So we're gonna pick his brain and to say to ask him what's up and how things goes. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're over time, 17 minutes because of Abdul. I want to thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and spending your time with us. I really appreciate it. And thank you once again. Next week, same time. Okay, not same time because Abdul gaat weer laat wees of die computer gaat die weekie. So iets gaat ek hier met sy kant. Ek is alright.
We're just waiting for Gulam to. He's organizing the computer.
Is dit die Gula maar dit?
Yeah.
Nee, Gula man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Gordon, Chi, thank you. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
guys.
Thank you very much. Eh?
Have a good evening. And what about Grant?
And for Grant, oh, and for Grant also, Grant. Thank you very much, Grant.
No, you want to come say something here?
Grant, was er iets voor ons vandaan? How's the booties?
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, by the way, Andre phoned you. He was a guy that phoned in last week. Did he phone you?
Yes, no, he
Oh,
sorted me. I sorted.
Okay, cool.
That's all.
Great, guys. Well done. All the best. Have a good evening.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Wait, watch this now.
What?
Let's watch here. The outro is going to come on now.
So, but will they see this?
Yes.
Yeah.